New evidence this morning that prescription drug abuse is quickly becoming a problem for a surprising new generation. More than 300,000 older Americans are dependent on powerful painkillers and other medications. That number has nearly tripled in the past decade. Peter Eisler broke the story about the growing toll in this morning's USA Today. Peter, good morning.
Hi.
Great reporting. How widespread is this abuse and why is it happening?
Well, we've seen, as you mentioned, up to well over 300,000 people now that are characterized as misusing or dependent on these drugs. And what you see a lot of the time is they're using them to treat chronic pain, to treat depression. The drugs we're talking about are opiates and, Percocet, Vicodin, that kind of thing, and these anti-anxiety medicines like Xanax and Valium and stuff like that.
I mean, it seems to me this is doctors saying you have a pain and not have something for it. And so what are the complications for members of who are in the age group? Well,
the older you get, the more at risk you are for complications from these sorts of things. So these drugs can increase your risk of falls, for example, and they can, when given in combination in certain doses, they can cause problems with depressing your respiratory function. So what you've seen is this rise in emergency room visits. We're up to about 100,000 visits a year now among older people for misuse of prescription drugs.
Who's the cause of this? I mean, we have over-drugged, essentially, seniors. Is it patients who are in need of powerful painkillers? Is it doctors over-prescribing?
Well, I think it's a combination, but really what a lot of people are saying is that this is an over-prescribing problem, and it's driven to some extent by ignorance. Someone will come in, they'll have chronic pain from arthritis, they'll have a little bit of depression maybe related to aging, and they'll be put on these drugs and then they never get taken off. And as time goes by, they develop a tolerance, they ask for a little bit more. So patients are requesting them and doctors are giving them to them.
Now, you bring up in your story in the beginning that somebody has to come in and bring all their medicine and they just pile out and they don't know what they are and what they're causing.
Right. The woman in the story and a number of people that we interviewed said that, they would just come in and they would say, oh, I'm feeling pain, and the doctor would say, okay, let me give you another prescription, and then they would come back the next time and say, I'm still feeling pain, and they would get a little bit more. They would get another prescription layered on top of it, and it just builds over time.
Peter, thank you.
Thank you very much.